Well, Happy New Year, chat. Can you believe it? It's 2020. Took a day. I might have streamed a little bit earlier at an awkward fucking time when nobody's really awake. I had a bit of a hangover fight. Hopefully you do too. Hope you have some good half memories of the New Year's Eve. Didn't wake up next to a porker. Didn't wake up half naked with a pole up your ass. Still had a good time. Something memorable. You can scrapbook about it. Show mom and dad at the next family gathering. Well, it is officially the year 2020. And you know what that means. The year 2020 can only mean one thing. Native bros. Oh, they're officially superpower. Yes, yes. Oh, they use the poo power. Launched themselves into outer space. Now they're a big boy nation. Ready to moderate. Ready to step out on the international scene and teach people some things. All praise the poo and the loos. They're sitting at the big kids table now. No more of that shitty folding chair and that fucking plastic table spread. Oh no, you're sitting at the oak table now with the big kids. It's amazing what one day can do. December 31st, 2019, not a superpower. January 1st, 2020. Boom. Rocket to the moon, fueled by poop. I think we're all very proud of our Indian brothers as we welcome them into the club. And bestow upon them the super awesome title of First World Nation. Not just First World Nation, but super-powered First World Nation. Are you happy, chat? Are you happy they've joined us? Now is the time? Is it that we're all going to make it? Well, you know, hopefully they'll be able to moderate. There's some scary things afoot. And I'm hoping that the superior poos, our brothers in India, will be able to save us all from the inevitable destruction we are currently facing. Can't just have one boogaloo. Gotta have multiple boogaloos. I'm not sure why that is. I'm not sure who decided that if you're going to have a catastrophe, slather on another, make it even worse. But somebody decided that's the way it's got to be. So here we are. Virginia's going absolutely apeshit. The Second Amendment sanctuary stuff going on, and the completely blue government of the state wanting to take away the guns. All the sheriffs revolting against that, National Guard revolting against that, citizens revolting against that. Protest plan for later in the month. If that was not a situation in and of itself, you got the impeachment in Washington with Pelosi doing, I don't know what she's doing. Everything was time sensitive, but now it's not. So maybe we'll get Blumph impeached. Orange Man bad. You only get one scoop now, buddy. Pelosi's in charge. But if the impeachment wasn't enough, if the Civil War a-brewing wasn't enough, now we have to have a tragedy strike. I'm sure you all saw the trending hashtags, all the news alerts that hit us this evening. I know I was recoiling in shock when I first saw it. But tragically, the most interesting man in the world has been killed in a missile strike. Apparently the American government had enough of his shit. Couldn't stand all the bragging. Thought he was a little too arrogant. I thought that liquor tasted like piss. Specifically donkey piss. So they dropped a Hellfire missile on his ass. And he's no longer with us. It's really a fucking tragedy when you think about it. Gone but not forgotten. Rip it, pepperoni, brother. I'll miss you like I miss the, I don't know, Rolling Rocks icon. Was there a Rolling Rocks spokesman? I don't know if you even know what that is. It's a horrible beer, let me just tell you right now. Tragic. Government had to release a statement after killing a world-famous commercial icon. So the Department of Defense decided to. Thought, what the fuck, let's do it. At the direction of the president, the U.S. military has taken decisive defensive action to protect U.S. personnel abroad by killing, and I don't even know how to pronounce his name, Qasem Soleimani, the head of the Iranian National Revolutionary Guard Corps, the Quds Force, a U.S. designated foreign terrorist organization. General Soleimani was actively developing plans to attack American diplomats and service members in Iraq and throughout the region. General Soleimani and his Quds forces were responsible for the deaths of hundreds of Americans and coalition service members and the wounding of thousands more. He'd orchestrated attacks on coalition bases in Iraq over the last several months, including the attack on December 27th, culminating in the death and wounding of an additional American and Iraqi personnel. The general also approved the attacks at the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad that took place this week. The strike was aimed at deterring future Iranian attack plans. The United States will continue to take all necessary action to protect our people and our interests wherever they are around the world. So apparently, this guy was like the number one henchman. If you ever watch a supervillain movie, and they've got the hollowed out fucking volcano, and you've got the main bad guy sitting in his recliner with his iron glove and cat and laser eye and whatever fucking shit he's got going on. Then you've got his little helper that really does the behind the scenes shit. That's what this guy was. At least that's what everybody's saying. He was like Mr. Number 2 of the shadow government, out there running terrorist orgs, doing terrible shit. So they dropped a fucking bomb on his head. I'd show you the picture of the aftermath, but I don't think it's YouTube appropriate. Let's just say it's not pretty. There are parts of him all over the place. They definitely used some ordnance to take care of this particular individual. Of course, our president, quick to jump on the situation, did the most America fuck yeah thing I can. It's almost like it's right out of a parody. He just picks the lowest JPEG compression fucking flag he can find. He just tweets it out there. Hey, I basically killed your vice president. America. Fuck yeah. And that's what he pinned out there. And of course, the Iranians probably didn't take that too well. I mean, this is this president of the United States basically sticking his finger up at them after they had basically said he couldn't do anything to really affect them. So he starts dropping some bombs on people. Puts that flag up. Essentially, this is what he told the Iranians. His response in tweet form, let me translate it into words for you. What he tweeted is the equivalent of this.
All haters can suck my huge dick. Lol.
So they probably didn't take it too well. Probably a little upset. So it looks like we're on the verge of a war. Oh boy, doesn't everybody love a war? That's going to be fun. A ground war in the Middle East. Oh God, sign me up. I hear the weather's fantastic. I hear it's fucking charming. Maybe I'll take a jaunt on over to Afghanistan afterwards. Maybe swing by Iraq too. Here it's real fucking pleasant over there. 20 years isn't enough. Let's make it 30 or 40 years. Now, because I'm a boomer. I'm an old fuck. I don't have to worry about getting drafted, but you Zoomers, I'm sorry to say, you're going to be Fortnite dancing your asses across a minefield. And the mental image of a Zoomer war, I will admit, is amusing to me. It's tragic that you're all going to get drafted and die on foreign soil. But this is sort of what I imagine it's going to be like for you as the bullets are flying over your head.
Sway! Janet! Donnie!
This isn't like video games at all. Call of Duty lied to me. There's no experience in this. Where are my power-ups? Oh my god, those bullets hurt! Oh, I got shot in the ass and it hurt! Oh, let me show you. Let me show Zoomers so you have an idea of where you're going. Giant, shitty desert area in the middle. That's your future home. You could fit our last 3 wars basically inside of it. You could take Syria and Iraq and Afghanistan, condense them together, put it right smack dab in the land area of fucking Iran. Oh boy, that's where I want to go. I want to have a war with Iran. That seems like something I want to jump right the fuck into. What could go wrong? Chad, are you excited? I mean, a civil war, that was exciting, but a World War III? Ooh, I get shivers down my spine. All my LARPing fantasies about shit hitting the fan can finally come real. Let me see here, chat. See a lot of people saying, thank God I'm not a Zoomer. Well, yeah, I think we all feel that way. Dwayne's he's really got a shit cut out for him. It's going to be dark days ahead. I'm sorry, Dwayne. But you're kind of fucked, buddy. I don't know how the military, I don't know what that's going to be like. I'll give you a tip. I'll give you a little hint to trying to get out of this. Just tell them you're a Quaker. Quakers have been dodging wars for like the last 200 years. It's almost a guaranteed strategy. Just say peace testimony and I'm a Quaker, and they'll probably spit on you, but they'll let you go. And you won't get drafted into fighting this ridiculous war over there. Now, let's see. How much did the previous wars combined cost us? Because, wars in the Middle East are such a fucking useful endeavor. Oh, $5.9 trillion. 20 years, $5.9 trillion. Well, just $6 trillion. Just $6 trillion fucking dollar-e-doos to fight a war in a country I could give 2 fucks about, let alone want to learn to pronounce the cities of. That works. $6 trillion. And, you take Iraq and Afghanistan, you take Syria, you put them all inside of Iran. So, I don't know. Can we just double the price? Can we make it 12 trillion? Make it last another 10 years? As all our little Zoomers get slaughtered over there? Fighting a bunch of Iranians that are angry because you killed their beer spokesperson? Now, I know Iran is in a bit of a situation. They're a little pissed off to begin with. All those sanctions have cost them $200 billion fucking dollars. And you would think, well, what are they going to do? I mean, who's Iran going to turn to in a war situation? I mean, it's not like they really can go toe-to-toe with us. Let's be honest, the U.S. military is pretty outstanding. We dump a lot of money into the technology, and we have a lot of personnel. We have enough nukes to basically glass a planet like 5 times over. So it's not really that Iran is going to conquer us. This isn't going to turn into some devastating defeat. But it's going to be a giant fucking time sink and a massive waste of money. And you've got a pissed off population that's already irritated by the sanctions. Talking to other pissed off countries, such as China, who's dealing with America and their trade sanctions and tariffs. Now, what would that mean? Well, that would mean that you get groups like this. Literally 4 days before all this shit really popped off, or during the day of, really. China, Russia, and Iran holding joint naval drills. That doesn't mean China's going to help Iran if there was a war situation. But you never know. And as far as Russia, I couldn't tell you. I'm not a geopolitical master on all of this shit. You're going to have to go watch, I guess, a Nick Fuentes or Ethan Ralph to get a better take on the geopolitics of the region and how all these nations are going to interact with one another. But I can tell you enough based on the observation of 20 years that it's a waste of fucking time. And I'd rather spend the money over here. How about you just let the Middle East blow itself up? How about that? Sounds like a good strategy. How about we just close our embassies and let them just detonate themselves? Oh, I suppose we can't do that. Now, of course, because the Iranians are a bunch of little girls, their response was this. Iran's supreme leader, Khomeini, calls for 3 days of mourning, says, Salam Ahos, killing will double the motivation of the resistance against the United States and Israel. Vows severe revenge, according to Reuters. Double it times 2. He's going all Kaioken on us. 2 times the vengeance. 2 times the revengeance. Severe revenge. No real specifics on that. I suppose he had to say something, or else he'd look like a little bitch. I mean, you can't really blow up a country's essentially their vice president and then have them act like it didn't happen. They need to say something. What do they go? Oh, well, we think it was an accident. You gonna try to Epstein that, are you? Oh, well, he dropped that bomb from the top bunk of his bunk beds on himself accidentally because the guilt was just too fucking much for him. But, I thought about this for a while, and I thought, what could Iran conceivably do to fuck with the United States? I mean, they can't really beat our military. And, I mean, even if they got aid from other countries, what could they do to strike back at the U.S.? And I remembered a story that came up, I think about 2 months ago. 2 major Saudi oil installations hit by drone strike, and the U.S. blames Iran. And yeah, what do you know? That was September 14th. And it got me to thinking about something specifically related to oil refineries. Now, the United States imports roughly about 60% of our oil. 11% of it comes from Saudi Arabia. We get 40% from Canada. Then you've got 9% from Venezuela, 8% from Mexico, and 4% from Colombia. But 11% coming from Saudi Arabia. So hitting their oil refineries is probably a pain in the ass. But how many oil refineries are there just, in the world? Well, since I'm lazy and this is the age of the electronic scholar, I Googled it. Apparently, there are about 700 oil refineries all over the world today. Distributed all over in every nation. 700, just 700 of them. Well, 698 now because 2 have been hit in Saudi Arabia, haven't they? Now, what did that drone cost to take out those really important pieces of infrastructure? Well, according to this article, the attacks not only exposed a Saudi vulnerability in the war against the Houthis, apparently this is Star Wars, but also demonstrated how relatively cheap it has become to stage such high-profile strikes. The drones used may have cost $15,000 or less to build. That's according to a senior researcher. So, $15,000 to go buy a fucking drone from Best Buy and some Simtex to wrap it around to take out an oil refinery. 700 oil refineries in the world. It's $10.511 million. You know how much a fighter jet costs, an F-35? It's like $80 million goddamn dollars. It's probably going to get blown up in the air. If you sent a fighter jet to take out an oil refinery, the chances are it's going to get its ass blown out of the air by a surface-to-air missile. It's $80 million down the toilet. But if you head on to Best Buy, apparently, and pick up some fucking fertilizer for the cost of $15,000, you can accomplish the same goddamn job. So you've got a pissed-off country like Iran that's being treated like a little bitch right now, getting really angry at the United States. And even if it wasn't Iran, what it got me to thinking is, why haven't we seen this as some massive event? If it only cost $10.5 million to infiltrate and take out the 700 working refineries around the world, you could literally bring the world to its knees for the for the cost of an eighth of a fighter jet. So what would stop the Iranians from going in? They wouldn't even have to hit 700, to be honest. They could just hit the ones in Canada and Colombia and Venezuela and Saudi Arabia, any place that the United States is importing from. How much would that cost them? Probably a lot less. Get some foreign agents in there, have them build their little death copters. I don't know how they build them, whatever they are, and fly them into the fucking refinery. And then the thing's down for what? 5, 6 months, a year? Do that repeatedly, you're going to cripple a nation. You're going to fuck its economy up. Gas prices are going to skyrocket. So I guess what I'm saying is, even if Iran couldn't conventionally fight us, even if their military couldn't match us toe-to-toe, they've already shown one way in which they could fuck with us. And that was just on a small scale. Imagine them trying to scale that up into something larger. Just $10.5 million, that's a drop in the bucket. They could afford that. Send out a bunch of idiots on suicide missions. Well, it wouldn't even be a suicide mission. He'd be sitting, I don't know, sitting in the fucking woods flying a little drone on his Xbox controller. Doing whatever the fuck he's doing. Spooky world. I guess we gotta all stock up on our gasoline now. Oh, it's terrible times are coming. Yes, we do have refineries in the U.S., but that's 40%. We still have to import. And they could also hit the refineries in the U.S. I think that 700 number total is worldwide. That includes the United States. I don't know. Maybe by 2021, maybe this is how Cobra begins. You remember G.I. Joe? Like Cobra Commander would come up with insane fucking things to do to take over the world, things that made no sense, that were convoluted and weird. This feels like something Cobra would do. Maybe we're going to get our version of Cobra Commander. He's going to shift into this Berenstein universe and drone attack our refineries until we're all using horse and buggies to get around. I hope you motherfuckers have downloaded your schematics for gasifiers, because you're fucked in that situation. I don't know how you're going to run your generators then. You have to use that wood. Almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter, chat. Oh, harsh. You'd sign up, would you, Zazzy, for Cobra? You'd join them and their plans to take over the world? To dominate the world? Well, I just want you to know, even if the United States goes to war with Iran, even if Iran or Cobra were to emerge in our timeline, there is one there is one group standing in their way. India. Remember, they are a superpower now. They will protect us. Their sacred poo will protect us. Could you imagine if India harnessed the power of their designated streets? The amount of methane they could collect? The size of the explosion that would cause? Who needs nuclear weapons when you've got poo bombs? Launch themselves into outer space, there'd be no stopping them. Press F for everyone enrolled in college. Well, yes. I suppose press F is the correct approach. You know, here I am trying to watch some anime. Put up a little poll. I've gotten so many recommendations for series to start, so I narrowed it down to 2. Everybody been talking about Vinland Saga and Konosuba. I'm probably pronouncing both of them wrong, but I don't fucking care. I'm not a Moon Rune expert. So I finally picked the anime. The results are in. I'm going to watch it. And all of a sudden, here's fucking World War III knocking on the door. Does it feel like shit just got crazier quicker? Somebody lace our water supply with something when nobody was looking? I mean, I know I know that one city in Michigan, Flint, there we go. Flint, Michigan has been drinking muddied iron water, but I didn't think we all were doing that. But I can't explain the fucking craziness. I can't explain all the shit with Virginia and going on in Washington and now going on worldwide. Psychopaths? Yeah, well, listen, I mean, I got a monumental amount of recommendations. And I have watched quite a bit of anime, but there's some that just I missed or I just didn't watch because it initially didn't interest me or whatever the reason was. But I had enough people bring up those 2 specifically that I thought, well, you know what, it's a toss-up. I don't know which one I'll start with. And I haven't even had a chance to try them. So, I mean, maybe they're both awful, but people seem to praise them both for different reasons. Though I will admit, with Vinland Saga, people said read the manga first. It's supposed to be better. Very well done. And then you watch the show. So maybe that's the approach to take with it. As far as Konosuba, or however you pronounce it, and they were like, just watch it if you want to laugh. So hopefully I get a laugh out of it. But in the midst of all this, there's so much shit happening right now. There's one guy. Is it Dr. Krakow? Who talked to me on Twitter, or he added me on Twitter, and was saying that I think Vox Day was going after him. He was like trying to dox him and go after him. So you got all this crazy shit going on. Then apparently Chris Hansen and his producer on his show are in the middle of some massive shit going on right now. People are faking getting hacked. Making death threats, just all this crazy shit going on. I don't know what's going on with Chris Hansen or his producer, but there's some massive shit going down at the moment with them. So I want to get caught up on that. I wanted to get caught up on the Krakow thing. Monday Matt's apparently gone to war with the Star Wars community, and they've had enough of his shit. So every time he shows up on a podcast, they all shit on him, but then he runs away and hides. Because it's scary having confrontations. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Can I watch my anime? No. Can I look at all this weird internet shit happening right now? No. We got to have fucking World War III. Then I have to have the Indians protect me with their sacred shit. Their sacred poo power. I tell you, it's not fair, chat. No, somebody in chat. I don't know exactly what is going on with. That's the thing. I only caught just the briefest bit of it. Somebody had made a video saying they were exposing people that work for Chris Hansen, and then that video got copyright claimed and pulled down by, I think, Chris Hansen. And then there were 2 streams related to his producer, but I haven't had a chance to watch either of them. And then people are showing like screen caps of people saying just crazy shit on Twitter from his production company. So I don't know what the fuck is going on, but something's happening behind the scenes. I got a good nose for it. And it feels like there's a story there, but I don't have a chance to check it out yet. And knowing my luck, by the time I do, everything's going to be copyright claimed or it'll get flagged off the fucking platform and I'll never be able to track down what exactly happened. You started calling him Mundane Mess instead of Mundane Matt? Well, there you go. Yes, DSP will outlive everyone. You are correct. Yes, I've watched Cowboy Bebop chat. No, I won't turn on slow mode. I can read chat as it's going by. You should be able to too. Half the fun is being able to spam obnoxious shit. You know, I know people occasionally want slow mode or moderation, but everything's going to get censored eventually on the internet anyway. You should enjoy this small bit of freedom while it lasts before it's gone for good. And you never have it again. Oh, I know they're gonna try to do numerical sequences. They're gonna try to spell naughty words one letter at a time. But that's the charm of chat. I don't think you could really do that anywhere. Oh, and there was a 4th thing. God, I see so much shit's going on. Apparently there's a new Twitter purge happening. And this time, instead of the frog avatars getting nailed, it's anybody with an anime avatar. And I'm not even sure what the criteria for hitting people is, but people are getting knocked off the platform all over the place. I think my good friend Mr. Anti-Bully himself lost like 400 followers in the span of an hour. And then people were putting up lists of just people getting just shit kicked. Accounts that were on private or accounts that didn't even really tweet anything, or accounts that just retweeted things or liked things. So I don't know if this is in prep for the election coming up, election season around the corner or what. But people seem to be getting knocked off pretty hard right now. Yes, they're taking... This must be Iran, chat. This is Iran's plan. They're going to take out our weebs first. We need to get rid of those bastards with the body pillows. That will weaken the Americans enough for us to have victory in our war with their empire. First they came for the weebs and I said nothing. Because they're weebs and who cares? But no, I don't know why. I don't know what the purge criteria is, but apparently people are getting just smacked around left and right on Twitter right now. So good luck to you. If people disappear, that's why they disappeared. There is apparently a purge, a new terms of service change, where Twitter, I think it just outright admits, if we want to get rid of you, fuck you, we're going to get rid of you. In fact, I think all the platforms have snuck that language in, starting in 2020. So like YouTube and Facebook and Twitter basically have a clause that says, if we want to just get rid of you, we don't even really need a reason anymore. We're just going to get rid of you. So, yeah, and I think they even admitted on Twitter to shadow banning. Or, as they put it, reducing visibility. I don't even know what that means. I mean, if you're following somebody on Twitter, probably means you want to read their stupid fucking tweets. But if you're reducing visibility, now the tweets don't show up, you've defeated the whole purpose of the service you've created. So I'm not sure what the weebs did. I'm not sure what the anime avatars did to incur Jack's wrath, but he's out headhunting. And he's coming back with body pillows and body bags. It's a tragic thing. We'll call it the hentai cost. Right now on Twitter, the hentai cost is taking place. And all the weebs are being rounded up into little camps. Because Jack has just apparently had enough of them. Ripping pepperoni. Little anime avatars. Yes, it is like an invisibility cloak. Yes, also chat, that's another story. Yeah, New York, there are a ton of attacks that are going on right now. I used to watch a lot of like the Black Israelites and the Kemet community. They they do these debates, and they were always super funny. It was some of the best stuff that you could watch. But usually they confine themselves to either these debates or they'd hang out on like a street corner. They'd have a lot of videos like this where they'd be on a street corner and then they talk a massive amount of shit to any tourist or anybody that walked by. And it was funny, genuinely funny shit to watch, especially the black Israelites. Because they would banter and shit talk anybody that walked by them. They'd find a reason to shit talk them. But now in New York and even parts of New Jersey, for whatever reason, like there are all these attacks that are going on. In fact, I think there's a video up right now, put up by, is it the New York Post or somebody else up on Twitter, of like a black dude just unloading on this Jewish couple on the subway and like shouting out Heil Hitler and stuff like that at them. It's surreal. I don't know what's going on in New York. Did somebody start a race war between black people and Jewish people? Because apparently that's a thing that's happening right now at this moment. But I've seen no declaration of it. And I don't know why the black Israelites or the Kemet community is involved in it. Or why they're all quoting Hitler. Did somebody like pass out copies of Mein Kampf in the hood? Like somebody airdropping that shit in the ghetto? Like what's going on in New York? Anybody in chat from New York or New Jersey want to fill me in on this? Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a bit of a delay, so it'll take you a second to catch up, won't it? That's right. Well, you can't even say that anymore. Now, apparently, that is a racist slur, which is weird because if how is the ADL going to react to that, right? They listed "We Was Kings" and "Das Right" and all of that as like hate speech, but now the communities that quote unquote hate speech was targeted at are now targeting Jewish people. So like, are they going to remove it? Now it's okay again? How does that work? Somebody said Brooklyn riots. I don't know about that. All I know is there's crazy. Like I said, it's something in the water, something in the air. It's all over the place. Just crazy shit happening all over the place. I don't know. Maybe it's just if you go too long without a big event, it's just like something people it's like I don't know. It's some inherent thing in people where they go stir crazy as a large group, and eventually they need some kind of outlet, and it results in just crazy shit like world wars and civil wars and race wars and wars. We've got every kind of war apparently taking place or about to take place at the moment. And here I am trying to sit back with all of you and just celebrate the fact that India is now a super pooper power. Hopefully we'll survive long enough for India to, I don't know, how are they going to celebrate? Have they told people how they're going to celebrate their super pooper power status yet? Pressure relievers, somebody said in chat. Oh, maybe apparently. Switch on fast mode. You should be on fast mode. Remember to switch. Top chat is the polite chat, and live chat's the naughty chat. I think that's how it works on YouTube. I think like the bot auto picks who can say what in top chat, but in the chat option, if you choose live chat, that's the rowdy chat. That's where all the cool kids hang out. All the well, not kids technically, Copa. IFTC. I'm using that just as phrasing. I don't mean children. No children are watching this. This isn't intended for children. I don't want to be fined $42,000 because Timmy decided to stay up late at night. Get your ass to bed. You're going to be drafted to fight in Iran soon. You need your sleep. All right, this is for the adults to enjoy. We're not the ones that are going to be fighting over there. You are, Timmy. Oh, you liked Minecraft, did you? Taught you how to dig deep? Well, that's going to come in handy when you're digging those fucking trenches in the desert, isn't it? Do you know what a foxhole is, Timmy? Because you're going to find out in about a week. Best of luck, kid. Bon voyage. That's right. It's a rowdy chat. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this time of year. Like I've said in the previous streams, I'm energized. I'm awake. Decide to stay awake and do unannounced streams at 2 in the morning or 1 in the morning or whatever time it is, wherever the fuck you are. I guess this is a majority of probably either Australians or Europeans, which is usually not in the time zone that I'm streaming at, but Well, I guess we'll get your take on it. Tell me, Aussies and Euros in the audience, what are you? What's your hot take on America versus Iran? How do you think that's going to turn out? Better yet, do you think you're going to get sucked into it? Because you know you are, right? Like, if we go in there and do something stupid and get drawn into some, another 20-year fucking war, we're going to drag everybody else in with us. You looking forward to that? Do you want to go to Iran with us? Is that going to be fun? Oh, no, I'm getting people giving me time zones. Somebody said they're from New Zealand. I don't think you're going to get dragged into it. I think New Zealand's like the one country everybody leaves alone for this. We need New Zealanders to stay in New Zealand so they can deal with the Tonganites. Is that what we call them? People from Tonga? They're sneaky bastards. You got to keep your eye on them. Okay, now you are kind of going fast, so it's hard to it's hard to keep up. Somebody said Israel will watch. Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll watch as we bravely fight this war. I'm sure they'll wave bye-bye to all the little Zoomers. Bye-bye, Zoomers. As they're digging their trench holes, or their little foxholes in their trenches in sand, which I'm sure is probably even more annoying. God, fighting a war in a sandy area would probably be horrific. If you've ever been to the beach and tried to swim, imagine that every day, all day long. Just sand in your ass, sand in your shoes, just sand everywhere, fucking grit in your teeth. Oh, what a living fucking nightmare. That's why those French Foreign Legion fuckers were so tough when they used to train down in Djibouti. It's a hellhole. It's like 110 degrees every fucking day and it's nothing but sand. Shalom, Jim. Shalom back at you, Rabbi. Everybody say goodbye, Zoomers. Yeah, I guess the legacy going forward is going to be left in the hands of what was it? Chat said the last time we had a stream. Well, the next generation after Zoomer generation. What did you call it? Alpha? The Chad generation? I don't even know who gave him fucking Generation Alpha. Really? Not sure what they'll end up sticking with, but we'll go with that. How about Generation Survivor? Because unlike the Zoomers, they're going to live through this. That's what we'll call them. Generation Survivor. Oh, goddamn. How pissed are you, Zoomers, by the way? Because I know that whole anti-boomer thing is really about, boomers have had it better economically, better job opportunities, better college opportunities, got houses cheaper. And now you're probably going to die younger than they are. So all those old-ass boomers that are living in their houses and retired and, sitting on piles of money they were never going to give you as inheritance are going to watch the war you fight on TV while you're over there fighting it. How unfair is life to Generation Zoomer? You got fucked out of good jobs, good schoolings, good houses, and now good health and longevity. But those boomers, they're going to be riding lawnmowers, sucking down Monster Energy drinks, and chatting with their neighbors about that crazy Zoomer war over there in Iran. That's right, Miga. It's Vietnam 2.0. There you go. Don't get mad at me, man. I'm not the one sending you over there. I don't think America should be involved in foreign wars like this. I'm very isolationist in my approach to foreign politics. Fucking. You have my sympathy, Zoomers. I'm just telling you the reality. If you were mad at boomers before, you're really going to be pissed when you get drafted into this shit. Oh, you're going to be real mad. And by the time you get back, all that progressive social change will have happened. So you'll be greeted if you survive your 20-year war in Iran and you come back as a 30 or 40-year-old. You'll be greeted by bug burgers and concrete tubes. All the shit we're joking about, you're going to see as a reality when you get back. They'll be like, "Thank you for your service. You're now discharged. Here's your concrete tube. Enjoy the rest of your life." And I bet you those boomers will be like 90 and they'll still be alive because they're sitting on a pile of money. Oh, I should probably take down the picture of India. I don't want you to misconstrue it and think this is India's fault. India is a saintly place, full of blessed people. They're not the ones responsible for this. Now I want to put up my little comfy pic. See that? Just relaxed in front of the computer while the world burns behind me. That's gonna be that's see this is Gen X right here. All right, we're the latchkey kids, man. Nobody remembers who the fuck we are. We got all angsty and shit. Fuck corporations, man. We're kind of like angsty hippies. That's Generation X summed up. And now we have enough dopamine left from all the antidepressants we're on to be able to watch the shit show unfold on a nice comfy blanket wrapped around us in front of our computer monitor. As all the Zoomers are out there, outside in the window, and all the boomers are probably in the bedrooms upstairs because they own the house. We have to rent the room because we can't buy houses either. So we have to rent the room from the fucking boomers. Somebody said Australia's already burning. Yeah, I heard you have a bunch of fires down there. Sucks for you. Is that because of the fucking trees? What tree was it? You Aussie fucks. If I remember the story right, didn't Aussies think it was a funny idea to give people the most flammable fucking tree on earth as a gift? And then they planted it all over the fucking place? And once the heat rose high enough, it just spontaneously fucking combusts and starts massive fires everywhere? Maybe I'm not super sympathetic to the Australians dealing with all these brush fires. Fuck you guys. Your idea of a prank on the world was lighting half of it on fire, but it was like a devious plan that took like 50 years before it actually hit. Is that an Aussie joke? Eucalyptus trees? You bastards. Yeah, you thought that was some funny shit, didn't you? Oh, the fucking Americans. Hey, you're like, oh, take a look at our trees. Eucalyptus trees. You like them. Plant them everywhere. Trust us. They're really great in the summer. Half of California burns down. You're sitting back, laughing your little asses off. Yes, that was the first example of Aussie shitposting. Burning half the world with their fucking flammable trees. Jesus, what kind of a death continent are you fuckers from? Your trees just randomly start on fire. Why do you stay there? Just go take Tonga over. It's like 90% of your continent you can't even fucking live in. And then the 10% you do live, half the shit's fucking venomous, or it explodes on you for no reason. I think that's where your fucked up sense of humor comes from. That's why you're giving everybody eucalyptus trees. I guess when you live on a death continent, that's your idea of a fucking funny prank. Oh, well, you are right. You don't want to be Rama Rama. Giant spiders and alligators, yes. Lots of terrible shit going on down there. Oh, let me bring this up here. Give me 1 second, chat. I'm gonna tell you a sad story. Sad story about a Pokemon guy. Oh, where is it here? I think this is the video.
I discuss a...
Okay. 1 second to set this up, chat. See if we can get the background information for it, too, while I'm at it.
Hey, YouTube.
So, this guy, I don't even know who the fuck he is, to be honest with you. But it's a sad story. So, we'll share it. I think it's just very representative. This guy in particular, I think, is very representative of what has happened to YouTube as a whole. And I think it's a good example of kind of how fucked the platform got from just various decisions behind the scenes that don't make a lot of sense. So let me pull this up here. Somebody shared this with me earlier, and then I felt bad for him. There we go. So this guy, apparently, what is his name? Primetime Pokemon. His whole channel's dedicated to just fucking Pokemon cards. That's it. He's kind of like DSP. You know how DSP has that decade-long legacy? This dude has a decade-long legacy, even longer, 11 years. A video every day about Pokemon cards. That's all he did. Just, he loved his fucking Pokemon cards and wanted to share his fucking Pokemon cards with the world. Just a little YouTuber out there doing his Pokemon thing. And over the years, he gained like 420 20,000 subs? Some just ridiculous number. And apparently, I guess, a lot of people in the card collecting community, which is a thing, I found out, were inspired by him. Or a lot of kids grew up actually watching him because he created content for over 10 fucking years. And then all of a sudden he posts this video. And it gets, all these people get fucked up over this. And the gist of the video is that he's been trying as hard as he can to make high production quality Pokemon card videos, whatever that really means. You know, using an HD camera, a decent mic, writing scripts, you know, making sure it's coherent and clear and all that shit. Doing whatever he can so people will enjoy his videos. And yet, even though he has 400,000 subs, his videos on average are getting 2,000 to 3,000 views. And he's like, you know, I've got a job and I've got a family, and, you know, I was making a little ad revenue off of this, but there's just no point anymore. He cries at one point during the video. He's like, I'm just going to retire. I'm just done with it. There's no point in trying. I can't escape it. For some reason, just nobody watches anymore. And so I thought, well, maybe he had like some kind of scandal. Maybe this guy did something crazy. But no, he didn't. Nothing that I could find. Maybe there is something out there, but nothing that I could find. It turns out his channel died in 2017. And you can see the exact date. And if you look up articles from that exact time period, you'll find out that it was an algorithm change for the metrics behind the scenes at YouTube that switched it from valuing views to valuing watch time. And I think because his videos swing so wildly from being a few minutes long to 20 or 30 minutes long, the watch time fucked him. And he just sunk farther and farther and farther and farther down this algorithm hole to the point that subs weren't getting notified, that people weren't able to find his videos, that it wasn't being sent out. So even though he's putting all this effort into his videos, he's trying to increase the quality and do all of this stuff because he's a dork that likes Pokemon. Nothing he did could crawl him out of that hole. The algorithm killed his channel, and not a fucking thing he tried could seem to salvage it, until the point where he was just like, you know what, fuck it. I've done this once a day, every day, for 11 years, and I'm at the point where nobody is watching. 1% or 2% of my audience is watching, and I quit. And I think his story is really perfectly representative of what kind of happened on YouTube. Because you have guys like this out there that just make their own brand of content. They don't fuck with anybody. They're not breaking any rules. They have a fan base that seems to genuinely like what they do. But because YouTube wants to push branded content from corporations or from companies instead, they switch algorithms around, they fuck with the metrics, and these guys get flushed down the toilet. So he spent 11 years doing this because he had a passion for it. And now that's over. And what is that going to be replaced with? That's going to be replaced with shit like MSNBC, CNN, The Tonight Show, SNL, The Young Turks. You know, branded corporate content. And it's just, I don't know, it's sad to me because it feels like this guy is a really good representation of what the you in YouTube used to mean. Is you would start your channel and you would make your content and you would get an audience that liked what you did. But now YouTube has decided that I guess he is not profitable enough. His audience isn't sufficient enough. So it's at the point that he's cut. Okay, sorry, Chad. I thought I had a technical issue there. I thought I had an audio issue there. But I think we're good. Yes, Chad. Mainstream garbage. Yes. Mainstream crappy garbage is going to replace the stuff that people like this used to make. I don't know, but to me it's sad. You know, I'm not a completely heartless, cruel asshole. I mean, I do like to laugh at dorky shit and make fun of people. But it's kind of sad to see a guy that had a harmless hobby that people really liked watching his stuff, and through no fault of his own, his entire attempt or his operation, whatever you want to call it, just gets crushed. I mean, how many channels like this are there? You know, I was thinking about it after watching this guy, that there are probably hundreds of fucking channels that I used to watch religiously that just kind of faded from memory. And they faded from memory Not because I was trying to push them away, but just because there was some fucking metric change. And so they weren't getting pushed up, and eventually, YouTube will unsub you from stuff. And then it gets lost in the ether. You never find it again because you can never remember, oh shit, what was the name of that? Or what was the name of the video? Or what was the name of the channel, the guy that used to do it? And that's where we are now. That's what YouTube's become, and it's really sad. I don't know. I know that's a weird tangent to go off of, but I found it depressing. Well, I mean, listen to it. It is I will admit, yes, it is funny. It is a grown man crying about Pokemon on the internet. But at the same time, it's sad. Because it's a guy that really genuinely enjoyed doing what he did.
Of making videos on YouTube. Who knows if there's lots of demand for my videos or if I just miss it that much. Maybe I'll start it up, but I've just had a terrible feeling in my stomach for the last several months. I knew this point was coming. I've tried to turn around year after year, and there's just nothing that I've been able to do. So again, I really appreciate everyone who's watched my videos over the past several years. Pokemon card collecting, I have been collecting since 1998. I've met a lot of good people through YouTube and just the Pokemon card community. And I wish the community and everyone who has watched my videos over the past several years the best of luck. So again, thank you very much for watching any of my videos over the past several years. It really is a hard breakup for me, but I'm just putting too much time into the videos and not seeing enough in return. I am married now and I hope to start a family, so hopefully my children will get into Pokemon as well. So I'll pull myself together for...
Literally on the verge of tears. YouTube literally put this guy on the verge of tears because he just didn't fit in their algorithm. They couldn't profit enough off of him, I guess. It makes no sense to me. I mean, when you start to kill this kind of stuff off, that's a really bad sign. I mean, when you're killing off the guy that's passionate enough to do videos nearly every day and is actually really just autistically dedicated to it, and when you murder that guy's channel for no reason, that's a really bad sign. I mean, what are we going to be left with? It's just going to be shit. I mean, when you try to search for stuff now, you can't even find what you want. You have to start screwing around with search terms just to be able to find videos that you might like the Young Turks election night meltdown. If you search for that, you're going to get 1,000 results that aren't what you're looking for. You have to either enter Dame Peso's channel, or you have to screw with the search term functions to try to find it. I don't know. It feels like they're strangling themselves. I don't know why. I don't know why guys like this, what they did to deserve the shit end of the stick. Now, apparently other people in the Pokemon community, card collecting community, tried to pull him out of it. There's one guy, I think Leonhardt or something like that, that put up a video saying, hey, can we try to help this guy out? But I think once, this algorithm death has happened to a channel, I don't know what you can do. I really don't. I mean, it's a kiss of death, and it's somebody at YouTube hitting a button, and that's it. It's lights out. But yeah, he went from getting millions of views on his videos to 1,000. And it's not like a typical story. It's not a mundane Matt. He didn't fuck up and do something stupid. It's not a Boogie who alienated his audience. It's not a Spoonie who stopped creating content. It's just a dude that religiously made his videos. It was very straightforward, and his audience liked them, but that algorithm pushed it down to the point where he just could never, ever fucking recover from it. It's a bummer, man. Why's everything got to be a bummer? Why's everything got to be so shitty? We got all this war stuff going on. YouTube's killing people out here. I had to start doing the weather just to survive. I can't even do the videos I want. I got to do the weather to survive here. What if I want to make Pokemon card collecting videos? Apparently I'll never have a chance now. You're pretty much screwed if you want to. Also, I'm kind of amazed that Pokemon card game is something that existed for, what did he say, 98? So that's existed for over 20 fucking years? I did not realize the card game was that popular that it was still alive and kicking. But yes, that guy, what was his name again? Primetime Pokemon. Just absolutely got the shit kicked out of him for no reason. No reason at all. Just YouTube decided to shit kick him because they thought it'd be funny, and that was the end of that. That's right. Curse you, Susan. Reality is a bitter pill. That's true, chat. It is. Oh yes, yeah. Well, I mean, maybe you'll see a resurgence because his videos will be an archive, like somebody said in chat, of the pre-war Pokemon cards. Maybe that's what we're looking forward to. Fucking pre-war Pokemon cards. What fucked up reality are we living in? God, this is Clown World. Can I even say Clown World anymore? Are we allowed to? Or at this point, is that like a no-no? You know, I need to cheer up a little bit here. That kind of brought me down a little bit. Where's that super pooper power video? Here we go. All right, there we go. See that? That got the juices flowing. That brought the energy up a little bit after that sad story. Let's kick it up one more notch. Where is he? Where's our boy? Where's Mr. Let Me Sign Your Rug? Oh, here we go.
Milky, milky, warm and tasty. Mommy, milky, please be hasty. Refreshing drink from Mommy's udders. I want Mommy's and no others. Give it, give it, give it now.
Okay. All right. That cyclone of despair has been defeated. Thank you, Dr. Peterson. Thank you, India. Superpower of the the 2020s. Cheered me up a little bit. I feel better. I think that's a way. we should segue out of that. Oh, I miss that site. The site that lets you use Peterson's voice. I mean, God, it was abusable as shit, but it was funny as hell. And there's some really good stuff. People made entire music videos out of it. I mean, I redubbed a few things with Peterson's voice in there. I had quite a bit of fun with it. But I think the guy that started the website actually hated him, but then he felt so bad when he saw what people were doing with it that he actually voluntarily took it down for a while. That's a new one. It's a new one on me. Let's see. Did you know the screenwriter of Pulp Fiction gave Konosuba, the movie, a 5-star rating and loved the hell out of it? No, this is not a joke. Watch it. Well, I was planning on watching it. It won the poll. I don't know if it's any good or not. It could be shit. It could be amazing. But I haven't had a chance to yet because, like I said, everything went to shit. Everything went to hell in a handbasket. Now, I know there are... these night streams, by the way, are generally short. It's like an hour. We did an hour. Now, I know I have super chats to read too, and I will read through those. Let me put a little break thing up here. I'll put on a little background music. I'm going to go get a drink, and then we'll go through the super chats, and then call it an evening. I'm going to look into the Chris Hansen thing, though, because I don't know exactly what's going on with that. And again, it seems like there's some really crazy shit happening. Maybe it's all some big fucking troll. I don't know. But it seems like there's some really weird shit happening with Chris Hansen and his production team. And I'm very curious exactly what the fuck is going on. Because it was enough to make multiple videos and multiple streams and have people flag shit and do copyrights on things. So, who knows? But let's put up intermission time. Oh, there we go. And I will go get a drink and I'll come back and we'll go through the super chats. Oh, where's the song that I've been leaning on like a crutch for all my breaks? Here we are. It's very addictive. I can't get it out of my head now. whoever initially suggested to use the fucking song Telephone a Woo, I can't stop listening to it now. Okay, we're back from intermission time. So that was the telephone a woo song that I can't stop listening to. Curse you, chat. It's like that and Rama Rama. I must sound like a mental fucking case when I'm walking around. People probably think I'm insane. The fuck is a woo and Rama Rama mean? Why is this guy mumbling this shit to himself? Can't help it. It's catchy little jingle. All right, so let's jump into the super chats. Thank you for coming out to the stream. If you were up, or I guess Australian, you'd be up, or European, you'd be up. If you're American, go to sleep. Why are you awake? Why are you awake? It's like 2 in the morning. From VeggieBat, Trump had a 20-year plan, guys. We just need to drop to our knees towards Israel. Make Israel great again. Well, mega to you too. From Insidine, Truck-kun can't help me since I'm an American. Please help me shoot goon. From Carnizzle, damn it, Jim. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Well, there may not be a tomorrow, Carnizzle. Tomorrow may never come. Remember, I mean, what did Iran say? What was his response again? I'm gonna be so mad at you, I'm gonna be 2 times as mad now. Where was it? Here it is. Double the motivation of resistance. So there may not be a tomorrow. They're doubly mad. They're double mad right now. From Mr. Meat. Boomer Daddy Trump out here killing sand nibbas. From Gifted Monster. Is the missile strike the first salvo of the 2020 Crusades? Are we retaking Constantinople? I don't know. I'm not sure if this is some new crusade that's being... Fuck. I just had a voice crack. I think I've discovered time travel. I just jumped back to when I was 13. But I don't know if we're going to retake Constantinople. We'll have to find out. From Zemeckis Lebowski. I like the hat. Well, I'm glad you like the hat. Only the finest quality of internet hats offered at the store. Mario Kart 13. Don't recommend hentai unless that Dempsey hole can take Ippo's elephant cock. Well, I haven't reached the level of mastery yet that's needed to be able to represent, or I'm sorry, to recommend hentai. It's going to take me a little while to get there. From Joe Lowengram. This country is gay. I just want a fat titty goth mama girlfriend to wrap her thighs around my head until I pass out. It's the American dream, Joe. Don't feel bad about it. I think that's what we all want. From No GPS Data. World War III 2020 Electric Boogaloo looks like slight chance of split atoms in the forecast. It is looking a bit glowy out there. From S. Cybertaz. I would bite the bullet and give Susan some sex time, but she needs to wear those Karen heels and pay what she owes. She always needs to pay what she owes. From Eternal Nemesis. Hey, Metokur, who is your favorite Love Live character, and why is it Nico Yazawa? And I bet you I butchered all those names. Come on, everyone. Nico Ni in the chat for all my Nico Neekers. I do know what Nico is. 26 Jaeger. Watch Tengen Topa Gurren Lagann. It's about a bunch of mech piloting chads waging war on a furry army that is led by an evil Coomer. It's 10 out of 10. Is that the one where they get, like, their mechs grow to the size of, like, a universe? Am I thinking of the right one? What fucking show is that? The Spiral versus Anti-Spiral. That was one I didn't watch, but I knew a little bit about. I'll claw my way up there. I've got a backlog of shit to go through. From Cayman Common. Jim, please send help. Australia is on fire. I can't do that. We still owe you payback for the eucalyptus trees. From King Kobo 13. Guess I'll have to catch this on the archives. Catch you on the next stream, Space Cowboy. I will see you there. From Dark Dread 2. Happy New Year, fuckers. Happy New Year to you. Loric Project. I gucked. Okay, I'm going to guess you're trying to say you fucked. But Google wouldn't let you say that naughty word. You fucked, but they will let you say a fat tranny and vomited. Amazing. From Sharpima TV. Hey, Jim, thanks for the laughs. Martin Smoger. Oh my, Mr. Wedeker is live. How goes it? That goes well. From Yuri Klastelov. Daddy Jim, gonna make me coom. God bless. Jesus was a coomer. Praise the Lord. Amen. I'm watching videos. This time is actually more awkward than usual. Glad Apu is superpower now, though. You know what? Let me throw that up for everybody so they can remember. India now runs this shit. They are now the world's newest superpower. We should all respect that. A truly recognizable super state. From Satan's Child NZ, greetings from New Zealand to all you boomers and zoomers out there. From Reno Miles, holy shit, it's really you, man. I haven't seen you since fucking class. When John told me the thing with teaching didn't work out, I was bummed for you. You showed me some of these streams, but I didn't believe it. But here you are. From KTTK, which looks like a bunch of emoticons. Looks like somebody is trying to teach a gentleman how to poo in a loo. A very brave attempt. From Insadine, tell Noah he's a pooper power autism wreck. Well, there you go, Noah. You were a pooper power autism wreck. From Lazy B, will DSP survive the incoming World War III? Yes, he will. We're all fucked, but DSP will find a way to survive. From Front Hole Enthusiast, bunch of four-leaf clovers and lightning bolts. I don't know if those four-leaf clovers are going to help you. When Iran and the U.S. go at each other, we're going to have to hope India saves us all. From Reno Miles. Got yourself quite the following, too. Congrats, man. I'm glad this worked out for you. Happy New Year, dude. Oh, Happy New Year to you. From Andrew Golding. Fuck you. Jim, Rolling Rock is amazing. You have awful taste in beer. What the fuck are you talking about? From Shibuya Ghoul. Jim, can we please end the stream on somebody? Or okay. I think you've asked this before. What is this? Someday by Tatsuro Yamashita. All right, you know what? I hope this isn't awful. I hope you're not having us end the stream on an awful song. Chat, if this song ends up sucking, it's because Shibuya Ghoul has terrible taste. But you love 70s and 80s pop, and it gives me a chubby to see you like it? All right, well, we will play that as the ending song. From Myson95, Jim, Australia is burning. Will eating bugs stop the bushfires? I don't think so. You're going to probably have to fuck a koala to make it end. From Autism Man, Iranian commander at a missile field in Iraq. Big think. Big think indeed. From Laserfesh, I don't always boogaloo, but when I do, I use World War III to justify fighting the Appalachian Al-Qaeda. I'm watching videos, so I'm drunk as fuck. So please say to stop donating to my name. Also, Jägermeister is awesome as fuck. Okay, well, I'm watching videos, stop donating. From Last Sigil, Trump seems to be concentrated on the Shiites. I don't know if you're being legit about the Iranian situation or if this is some clever way of trying to refer to the Indian superpower Pooh in the Loo. You get it? It could go either way. You've crafted a joke that has multiple levels if you did go for that. From Koila Dante, can't wait to kill Shamalama Ding Dong again next year. Cheap Whiskey Kirby 64 is my favorite. What's yours, Jim? You patata. Are you talking about my favorite N64 game? Oh, fuck. I'm sure you mean Kirby game. I couldn't tell you. They all feel like they're the same game. And I know you're going to hate me for saying that. As far as N64 goes, I used to have a lot of fun playing Turok 2 multiplayer and GoldenEye It was all the multiplayer shit where you could have like 4 people playing at once. Those were the ones that I enjoyed the most. From Bubblegum Gun, why are the U.S. military such Jewish shills? Trump selling America so hard to Jews trying to attack Iran before being impeached. You know, somebody put up a little graph showing it was like every politician before they had to get reelected or everybody dealing with an impeachment, which really was just Clinton. And like every single one of them was some war or attack right during that event or that time frame. Makes you think. From Scott, Google Barbara Lerner Specter. Alrighty then. From Garrett Jeffries, okay boomer. From Randwolf, no healing oxygen for those COD Zoomers. Cheap Whiskey, Kirby hates Zoomers, let them all commit suicide. From Gojira, remember when all the megapedes said that Hillary would start a war? Also watch Boku no Hero Academy. Yeah, there was some CNN article, which is super ironic now, because I think in it Trump had said maybe a week or two before the election that Hillary would start a war, and the countries he specifically named were Syria, Iran, and Afghanistan. From Lurikel, legit one day after New Year's, what a coincidence. From Dyslexia I have, the Army said it won't draft racists. Are you willing to kill a man for your country? Yes, but I hate black people. Is guaranteed to get you to stay home. Well, it sounds like this man has a plan. From Farm Master Flex, I'm a Quaker now. Have some of my sown oats. You know, in that autobiography by Ben Franklin, he actually has like 5 or 6 pages dedicated to bitching about Quakers being unwilling to fight. So it makes me think that they have that reputation for a while. From Ghost of Recon, 15 months in the early days of Baghdad. Good luck, Zoomers. From MLF, 577 in 50 years' time, when you're old Irishman, looking back on your illustrious YouTube career, reminiscing on the bevy of topics you've covered, what is the one thing that you will stand out above all else? Of the shit that I've covered? I don't know. You know, I think the one that really sticks in my mind still is that fucking dentist. For those who are listening right now, who are still around, because I know when Super Chat kicks in, people start filtering out, but it was a dentist. I can't even remember his name off the top of my head. This was about 3 years ago. But he was a horrible monster. He would basically defraud insurance companies, namely state and government insurance, for poor people by giving unnecessary procedures to children, where he would lie about what he did, or he would not use any anesthesia or Novocaine or gas. So he'd tell people who have like a 5-year-old, he'd tell the parents of a 5-year-old, we need to take all their teeth out and replace them. And then he'd do the operation with no fucking Novocaine, no gas, nothing. And they're videos of children strapped to tables screaming as he's ripping teeth out and drilling in, and it's just fucking awful. And all the parents got together to sue him, and he got away with it, basically, by claiming that he was crazy. And so they couldn't proceed with a criminal case against him. Sure, he lost his license and his practice, but it held up the civil case, and he knew what he was doing. He was gaming the system and doing something really awful. And that particular subject, that video will always stick out in my mind. From MMAC1134, Virginia Boogaloo, and another potential Middle Eastern failed war. It looks like the Doomers finally have a reason to live. Thanks, Trump. Miga. From Mad Mark, fuck you Eastern Standard Time. This meme was made by Central Time Gang. From Carl, Virginians and anyone else with a 3D printer, search for deterrence dispensed and get to printing your problem solvers. I've always been interested in, why is it that the majority of people that do like those shit hit the fan videos where they're talking about like, oh, this is what you need to prepare. You're going to want, these weapons, food stocks, this kind of medicine, this kind of stuff. Nobody ever mentions a gasifier. Is that like some mysterious thing most people aren't familiar with? Like if you have generators and you need fuel to run your generators, because you could try solar cells, but if they crack or break, you're fucked. A gasifier will convert wood into usable fuel. It's a nifty little device you can hook right into a generator. And I've always wondered why more people don't talk about them, or why the schematics aren't out there for how to build your own. But I remember watching a guy as a pet project build one from scratch. It took him a long time, but it was pretty fascinating. From Tiberian Fiend, are you ready to Fortnite dance all the way to Tehran, Zoomers? I don't know if they're ready for it. I don't know if Dwayne can handle the incoming bombardment that's headed his way. Where is it? Oh, I had it. Was this it? No, that was the... Can I just say, this fucking video
All haters can suck my huge dick. Lol.
is from a Netflix series about people that hunted down a cat killer. And it's really weird because it's from like 2009, 2008. And it's a bunch of Facebook moms that some guy was killing cats, and they got really fucked up about it and wanted to hunt him down. It was a group of like 30 or 40 people. And it turned into the guy being like a serial killer, and he started like following them. Like the people that were trying to dox him and find him, he started going to their work and walking behind them and filming them, and they weren't able to spot him, and then he'd send them the video. Like really creepy shit. But the series has so many quotes like that of these people from Facebook just saying really fucked up weird shit. It's pretty great. And that made me lose my place for the Zoomers Fortnite dancing their way through a minefield, but whatever. From Drew Jackson's Taint, we mix dogs and goats, problem solved. Possibly the NSA. I woke up after a vicious night. My buds told me I had to be carried outside the bar with them holding my legs and arms. I called my bud the N-word with a British accent. I'm black, so it confused him. Buy drinks with this. Well, you've given him a memory he'll never forget. Well, I don't know why you went with a British accent, but a nice choice. You've had a great time at the bar when you need to be fucking carried out by people. When they need to literally lift you up and drag you out. From Leather Collar, greetings from Australia. Watching this while the fires are slowly reaching my home this week. Listening to you makes it be a bit easier. Thank you. Well, Ozzy, I don't know what to tell you. I know they're raging all over the place. I mean, I've seen pictures of it. I remember when the Fort Murray, fire in Canada hit? And there were some wild videos of people's homes being just utterly annihilated. And you could see it like the fire line creeping up on the suburban areas. And I've seen some videos of the shit going on in Australia, or at least some pictures. And it looks awful. It looks worse than that. Hopefully your leader's better than Trudeau was, and he doesn't bring in a bunch of firefighters that he doesn't pay and get angry and leave. From Mr. Meat, here's some military insider info. We have had bodies surrounding close to Iran for about the past year. Saudi and the rest of the surrounding countries hate Iran. Easy dub. United States #1. Yeah, the whole region seems like a fucking powder keg to me. I'm sure they hate each other. I'm sure it's like Asians, where Asians hate other Asians, but they hate people that aren't Asians more. And I get the feeling Middle Eastern countries are somewhat like that, where they all hate each other, but they probably hate European and Western countries just a little bit more. From Gabriel's Bullet, hey boss, don't play Left Alive even if it's front, or even if it's frontline related. Found out it's a trash Metal Gear Solid clone. Good to know. Bubblegum Gun, those who want to die for Israel will get the privilege. The day of the rope will come. Veterans also get the rope. Christian treacherous degenerates. Bubblegum Gun, would you happen to be a Zoomer? Are you worried they're gonna draft your ass? Oh, I really hope it doesn't turn into like a Vietnam too, because that would suck. I was kind of amazed when I saw the timeline. I didn't realize, but yeah, Afghanistan has been, what was it? Initially from 2001 to 2014 or 15, and then from 2016 onward again. So yeah, just damn near 20 years. It's insane. From Gabriel's Bullet, Front Mission, enjoy the $2 mistake, laugh my ass off. Well, Front Mission is a great series, but thank you for the $2. I'm watching videos. Wow, Star Wars bad, real life bad, really makes you think. From El Chapu, hey, Jim Sama, congrats on going full weeb. Thank you for being around for god-awful graveyard shift at 7-Eleven. Truck-kun, please bless me. I love that that's the mechanism. And I guess it's become such an inside joke that they all do it. At first I didn't notice it, but once I started reading more of that specific type of manga, it's all of them get killed by trucks. Maybe like one guy dies on a train or has a heart attack or something, but Truck-kun is always around to bring you to a better place. From Cheap Whiskey, Kirby says, Truck Ben Shapiro, Popstar will rise again. From Space Beach, Jim, please take most of my holes. Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year to you. From the Turkish Zoo, we just need to believe in the power of karate. That's true, that's what we do need to believe in. Just like the manga, we can beat up minotaurs with our fists if we just believe hard enough. How in the fuck am I going to pronounce this one? It's like a glitch in the Matrix username. At C30F money sign P at I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm sure if I was a little more lucid, I could get it, but I think you know who you are. Tomorrow News, Iran buys Best Buy. Yeah, wouldn't they? They run out to Best Buy, buy up all the stock. Lord of Rap Mountain. You don't even need drones to mess with refineries. It'd be cheaper to conduct cyber attacks because industrial electronic security is god awful. What was that worm that the U.S. or Israel released into, I think it was Iran? Stuxnet, was that what it was? They got some kind of a worm or a virus onto some guy's USB or flash, and he brought it into like a nuke plant or some scientific facility, and they fucked their whole program up with that for like 2 or 3 years. From Stabby McStabwood, revealing too much, hate to see you get Epsteined. Well, I can't do somersaults, so when you read the news report that says that I leaped from the top bunk, you'll know it's untrue. From OGGSXR6, if Iran were to attack the oil refineries, they'd be risking war with all oil-dependent countries. Well, there's a point where you're just pressed against the wall so much, you're like, fuck it, YOLO. Maybe that's Iran's plan. Maybe Iran is going to YOLO. They're going to YOLO so hard they're going to send the world into the Dark Ages. From Sublin, who's ready for World War Poo? I think India might be. From Big Guy 9 Inch Nails, Year Zero will become a reality. From the Gate, Konosaba is the Always Sunny of Animu. Is it really? All right, well, I'm going to watch it probably after this stream. So I hope it's not shit, because a lot of people voted for it and said it was pretty good. I mean, it outvoted Vinland Saga, which I had a lot of interest in too because of all the recommendations. From Beautiful Land Based, touch on Nick Fuentes and his cat boy. He spent over 10 hours overnight hanging out with his little butt buddy on cam. You'll have to send me a link. Can somebody send? Oh, I'm sorry, not me. Can somebody send my good friend Mr. Anti-Bully a link, and I will I will take a look at that. A 10-hour Catboy stream? What? I don't know if this is like a joke or you're being serious. Well, yeah, Mr. Anti-Bully, send him a link to the 10-hour Catboy stream. From Alan Hunter, lol, I already enlisted and leaving a week for boot camp, just in time for World War III. Wish me luck. Best of luck, man. From Rusty Cheese Knife, the entire U.S. incursion in the Middle East is a proven disaster that we relied to in order to get into. Why the hell are we still there? From Dan Bam, guys, check Ryan Dawson out if you want to get into geopolitics. A damn good gem that might be gone from YouTube any day. He's already kicked off payment platforms. Yeah, a lot of people just getting destroyed. Channels killed and just, it's miserable. Where are we here? From Axis 1247, try your summons. Hikamoru dude gets summoned by a girl to another world where he's essentially a god, which helps him slowly get over his fears. That sounds pretty interesting. I'll check that one out. Thanks, man. From Mr. Meat, Mr. GG, Chris Hansen. Check his videos on it. It explains everything. He made recaps of the episodes, and Chris started to do shady shit. Is that what kicked it off with the Hansen producer or whatever the fuck it was? Yeah, again, it seems like there's some really weird shit going on. Sorry. But I'm out of the loop on it. From Geo Stellar, hey Jim, did you know that Hatsune Miku is going to be playing at Coachella Fest? We did it, boys. We peaked. You know what? Now that you brought up Hatsune Miku, there's a video we need to watch. Just because you brought it up. Is this... Where's... Please tell me the original is still up. Okay, fantastic. In honor of your super chat about about little Miss Miku.
Hello everyone, I'm Scott, president of Domino's Pizza. Have you heard of Hatsune Miku? Today I'd like to announce a new collaborative project featuring Hatsune Miku. Domino's app featuring Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku exists in a software called Vocaloid. Vocaloid enables you to produce songs. A character named Hatsune Miku sings.
I love that he says the name every other sentence. Every other word is Hatsune Miku.
Hello everyone, I'm Scott, president of Domino's Pizza. Have you heard of Hatsune Miku? Today I'd like to announce a new collaborative project featuring Hatsune Miku. Domino's app featuring Hatsune Miku.
You'll never see Pizza Hut do that. Pizza Hut's not cool enough. But Scott is. Scott and Domino's Pizza, they don't give a fuck. Maybe a Coachella Fest, maybe it'll be catered by Domino's. That would be the ultimate tie-in, wouldn't it? From Schwann's Gruberman, read Claymore, the manga is good. The anime has good visuals, but story's a bit of a mess. But silver-eyed, blonde-haired, half-monster, sexy warrior women with massive swords killing monsters. It sounds like some 80s Conan shit. I'll check that out. From Dyslexia I Have, Indians will be used as infantry, and when they're shot, they just break into two smaller Indians until there's a 7-Eleven on every corner of Tehran. Is that the new battle plan out there for us? From Charles Hahn, did you ever do a follow-up on the Finders? No, we did the initial stream. I should say I did the initial stream, going on over the FBI documents. And then I had a guy come on for stream number 2, where we talked about like a follow-up of what happened to people in the case, because he seemed to know a lot. You know, what happened to the victims, what happened to the investigations, the police, and all of that. So it's just those 2 streams. I don't know if I uploaded part 2 up on a BitChute. I might do that. But yeah, it was just those 2, and I never did another Finder stream. I was always kind of curious. I wanted to do like a follow-up on, I can't even remember, the daycare. The daycare that got mentioned in the FBI docs that dropped, because I thought that would be interesting. You know, like its own dedicated thing. But then other shit kind of popped up. Coyote Briggs, thank you. From Victor Phantasm, Boss, what if last year Kiro the Wolf was trying to warn us about those Iranian super hackers? Is Kiro our hero? Maybe he's been fighting Iran this whole time and we just didn't know it. Don't we all feel foolish now? From Squirrel Knight, well, those super stickers are of questionable sexual orientation. From Rando number 9, blacks finally find out about who funded the slave ships. From Eduardo Ramirez, black Israelites are the newest terrorist organization. I wonder if they'll get designated that if this keeps up. From Gui, take my shekels, you goddamn unit. Leaving this godforsaken state and moving to Texas. I recommend you do the same before UVM kids start knocking. Well, I don't know. Yeah, everybody keeps saying Texas is going to go blue. Like, Virginia flipped blue and now all the gun laws changed. I don't know if that's going to happen to Texas, too. It would kind of suck. Maybe I'll go to somewhere near Texas. Texas adjacent. Just close enough to have that gun-loving freedom, but far enough away not to be bothered. I'm watching videos. It all returns to nothing. It all keeps tumbling down, tumbling down. From Ian Miles Chong is a swell Malaysian that works for Reagan's favorite publication. Talk about election interference from a turbo feminist. I know Ian is on the upswing right now, which is bizarre to me. But he got hitched, I guess, to, I don't even know what the organization is, but I see him out there fighting with Fuentes quite a lot for some reason, and just other people. It's really weird. He switches sides all the time. It's bizarre. From Maximilian Mayor Razago, I'm very independent with my political views. I don't side with either side. Politics should be trying to earn my vote, like Tulsi. She's earning my vote, but if not Trump 2020, every damn is shilling. Yeah, I found it funny. Like, Tulsi got labeled a Russian asset, and then people went crazy with that shit and started labeling half the candidates on the Democratic side Russian assets. I think they called Bernie a Russian asset. They called, was it Buttigieg? I don't know how you say his name. I think they called him that, and one other candidate. They went crazy with that shit for a little while. From Fatal Oath, there were black Israelites in Atlanta outside the Hooters in March. Their poster board on the ground was Dragon Balls on it. I never bothered asking why. You should have. I'm telling you, black Israelites are some of the funniest motherfuckers. Next time you walk by and they've got Dragon Ball posters out and shit, ask them about it. It'll be a memorable experience. From Axis 1247, blacks and Jews in New York have always had high racial tensions. It was just a matter of time. Well, I did want to talk a little bit about it, but I don't think I can. A particular quote from, was it Jesse Jackson back in the 80s? Referring to New York. And I thought maybe it's a resurgence of that, but I don't know. That which lurks. Hey, Jimbo, here's a breakdown of what's going on with Chris Hansen. With Chris Hansen's team, Josh Who TV. Okay, and it's Vincent Van Dio, The Dark Side of Vincent. Okay. Oh, that's the link. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. From Squilliam J. Fancy Boy. Have you seen Low-Tech's melting down on his last stream? Kiva Farms has a good thread about him, page 63 and beyond. He banned his transmod and a shitstorm. Well, I don't know what's going on over there. I'm not going to tell the guy how to run his site, but you'd think he'd run it, right? You'd think he'd get sick of it eventually, listening to people prod him. I know that there was... I know a bit about it. There was a little bit of an uprising, and they wanted to get rid of some of the more problematic posters, and it started a big shitstorm. But I was unfamiliar that he followed that up with banning his mods. Maybe I'll check that out later. From Mr. Peabody, India is a genetic circus act. From from Dat Mavid 1, check out Kanzo Imperium. Destro and Zartan from G.I. Joe battle each other. Destro controls a drug called Citrus Blue. Zartan has a cure for AIDS. Oh, boy. I think the Iranians are trying to take me out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, chat. Let's see what happened there. Oh, that was spooky. That's a little bit spooky. I'm a little bit spooked about that. We should be back. If you just If you just F5 it, if you just refresh it. Iranians tried to get us, but we're still here. Still here spreading the word. From Matthew Smith, I've always wanted to see Iran. Toby Tenesian, take me to Iran with you, Daddy Jim. From Sebastian Anon, welcome to 2020, Jim. When you do your manga reviews, make sure to take video of said manga in your lap as you sit in your car and rename the channel Ya Boy Matt. Recipe for success, I'd say. From Austin M, India should harness their poo for dirty bombs. Frontal enthusiast, see Mexicans. From Warden Cliffy, what's the best way to get noticed by you, senpai? Noticed how? I'm not sure, I guess. From Redacted, Ozzy ready to fight for Israel like a dumb goy. I'm old Greg. The CIA has chosen all our prime ministers since Whitlam, so we're fucked, mate. From Abstract Poet, I hope they go to war with them and drag everyone into it, and the whole world burns down. Just burn it all down in a cleansing nuclear fire. From Apache Chief, Jim, the war between homeless blacks and Jewish landlords has been raging on since before recorded time. Just let them fight it out. From Brian Molina, Mashallah, Jimbo. Well, assalamu alaikum. Is that the proper response? What do I say when you say Mashallah? I don't know. Googly boogly, Brian. From Warden Cliffy, why won't you notice me, Oni-chan? From Cozy Glow, Israel thanks you for your service, young Zoomers. Oh, I'm sure they're thrilled. From Redacted, implying burning California isn't doing God's work. From Smarty Pants, from Australia, my town got scorched, NYE, on New Year's Eve. 2 homes were lost. Very, very lucky. Yes, those trees do explode. Our fire was started by teenagers smoking weed, though. What a way to go. From Asphyxiation, Australian fig here. Eucalyptus tree oil is highly flammable. A fair bit of commercial use. Don't blame us for California. Was their idea. From Pusif, Australia, help, we're all on fire. Sydney City Council, lol, Happy New Year. Here's thousands of dollars in fireworks. From Space Shank, I love Who Are These Podcasts? WATP, WATP. From Rambo Stein, remember, Jim, fuel up your ride now, no Rama Rama later. Also, Gen Y #1. From Redacted, Sydney deserves to burn, it's God's will. From Big Digger Nick, we may burn to ashes, but we'll still rise back up. And there's spiders at the rest of you fuckers. Straya. From M. Reaper, these people are all sleeping watch Overlord bro. For posterity, why fight a war when even if you win, your population is replaced? Why Iran and not Saudi? It's like these wars aren't in these people's interest. From Thought Police Officer Fake Name, Jim is a YouTuber of peace. From The Big Digger Nick, throw spiders, fuck. Mac 1134, I'll see everyone in Tehran. Remember guys, the Air Force is the easy branch. Well, let me write that down so I can give that suggestion to all the Zoomers that are about to be drafted. From Asphyxiation, it was likely caused by cuts to backburning and drought. Irony is the bushfires are normal, but we stop the wild ones and don't burn the fuel. From That Show Ed, hi Jim, long-time viewer, first-time dono. I can't think of anything funny because I'm too depressed living in Europe. So say hi to my sister, Nick Gurr. Well, I'm sure she's very happy. From Rion Mesta, God bless happy World War III. Well, you got to look on the bright side of things, don't you? From Faticus 501, have you heard of Dayton Hypernova? Also, thanks for entertaining us early in the morning. Here, take my shekels, go buy a gram. Why, I'm sure you mean a gram of sugar, so I can bake some delicious cookies or something and live the healthy life. From El Spaghetto, Jim, holy shit, I'm seeing your show genuine sympathy for somebody. I might have expected you to poke relentlessly fun at them. Once upon a time, I can't believe it. I couldn't give a shit about Pokemon, but God, you're right. From Andrew Brown, long time no see, what did I miss from War Games? Well, apparently we've got a civil war and a world war and a race war. There's all wars all over. From I'm watching videos, lol. Been having a good year personally so far. Got a second date for the first time in my life. So hopefully I have a relationship before the world ends. Fingers crossed, man. I'm praying for you. Good luck, buddy. From Emperor Calabatine, check out my one video. I promise it's worth it. From Hansen, this may be my last super chat before I start Fortnite dancing on the Iranian battlefield. Hopefully it won't be my last Fortnite dance. You just gotta believe in the magic of your moves, my dude. You gotta let the music move through you. That's how you're gonna survive it. In fact, I had this fucking shit here, and I can't find it. And it's there we go. I had it under the title Zoomer War. Just gotta let that music work through you.
Dwayne! Janet! Donnie!
Instead of Lieutenant Dan, it's going to be Lieutenant Dwayne. From DPKGR Jimbo, here's a pack of smokes for your Iran deployment. Thank you. From White the Knight, there's a new voice AI out for MLP on 4chanvokaroo.com. And there's a link. A new voice AI for MLP. You mean like the Jordan Peterson one where you can program in things? Because that might be funny. From El Spaghetto, Terrafon Numba is a good song, Niga. All right, and I think we're getting close to being caught up here. I'll make sure I didn't miss anybody. There's a little bit of a back lock here. Let me. More Boogie died. Boogie dies so much it's hard to keep track of. From Ian Jarrett, finally made it to one of your late ass shows. Blame 4chan. Well, it's in the super chat portion. The first hour is really the show. Now it's just kind of reading over the backlog to make sure I get to everybody. From Ben Cold, Weens get the gas. From Schmaltzy, you'd all best be in, or start getting into careers that allow you to move around with ease and are always needed. Blow out soon, fellow stalkers. Well, I think we all know the answer. We need to invest all our money into Link. Chainlink is the only salvation. We just need to dump all of it into it. And maybe invest in DLive, because now that Justin Sun's in charge, I got good feelings about Tron. From Reno Miles, hey man, you said you were going to get a drink. May I suggest an apple brandy called Floodwall? Try it sometime if you can. I don't think I've ever had that before. From Greeple, what song will be the fortunate son of World War III? I don't know. I'm not sure what they're going to go with. Probably fucking some dubstep shit, though. That werewolf from Trader Vic's, somebody a-wooed. Yes, they did. Rando number 9. Jim, if you think telephone number is catchy, then you would like Party Town by Kanako Wada. Maybe we'll try it on the next stream. From Shinchan 256B. I'm in the Army, NG11B. Nice to hang out with you, chat. Had a few good years slinging shit with you. I guess the college prospects weren't worth it. Guess Israel gets another war where white men die. I'll just keep your head down and let the Zoomers take the shots. There'll be enough of a distraction. They'll be out there in the middle of the battlefield with really terrible dubstep at full volume, Fortnite dancing around, and the Iranians aren't going to know what the fuck's going on. And you could just relax, just sit in the foxhole, and just wait it out. From Sweet, dear God above, I'm barely getting into college. Please don't let me die for Star Wars Sand People. From Cannabis Prevention, I'm Canadian. Ha 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 ha. From El Spaghetto, Istanbul was Constantinople. We're going for an old song nobody's going to know the lyrics of. From Eduardo Ramirez, song request for Animuvid, Shababi Anime World. Well, I already promised to do the, Someday by Tatsuro Yamashita. So I guess I'll start a list. We'll see how weeby we can get with the music selection. From Tobuway23, I'm late. What's the Nico Nico Ni shit? I kind of wish YouTube would have implemented their comment system from Nico Nico Video where it would scroll it across the screen instead. Because that can be funny at times. But I guess maybe that would also be a disaster based on what people could say. I don't know. There was, I think it was in 2011, there was a glitch. Somebody fucked up at YouTube. And if you entered a comment in the comment section with a special tag on it, it would scroll that message across the video at any timestamp you wanted. And I remember people putting just atrocious shit up. It was kind of like Nico Nico. That lasted for like a day. But it was fun while it lasted. From Superior Object 16, you should try and guest on EFAP. I'm probably a terrible guest on a podcast, I'll be honest. From Biggest Boss, hey Jimbo, could you please tell my good friend Adam Everson that he's ugly, useless fucking fag whose life is going nowhere fast? I should know. He bought me one of your hats. Love you, buddy. Well, I'm going to have to say he's a fine gentleman if he knows a well-crafted hat when he sees one. From Double A, Jim, did you see the article on the Indian baby born with 2 brains? No, I did not. I guess I'll have to check that one out. From Paul Bertoft, you should watch Golden Boy. It's a 6-episode anime about an autistic guy. Search best anime swimming scene ever. Why do I feel like you're fucking with me? But I will check it out. From Ryan, will the strike taking out Iran's head military general lead to World War III, or is it just more bullcrap to moisten the loins of Israel? Well, I'm sure Iran is going to retaliate somehow. I'm sure that retaliation will lead to further escalation. Where it goes from there, I don't know. I'm not Mr. Politics. I see the news like you do, and then I go, oh shit, we're all gonna die. So, but it's never happened. All the happenings don't ever really happen. So maybe this one will be another one of those. I'm watching videos. Yo, this is dope. First, second date with the same girl, so the rest of the world can go fuck themselves. I'm happy right now. Well, good for you. From Bernard Buckshot, Jim, please watch the video of the Australian Prime Minister getting heckled out of a town. P.S. The hat is low-key good. What was he? Was it an Australian politician where some kid shit-talked him and like he strangled him? I remember seeing a video of something like that. I don't know if I saw the heckling one, though. From the Nickerman, Rolling Rock on the Rolling Rocker. Matt Fields, I'd be honored to be annihilated while watching your live streams. If the Iranians nuke us, please show us your Coomer face. Godspeed, Potato Nibber. From S. Cyber Taz, Mr. Gigi's channel has some of the early fuckery with Hansen's company, flagging off clip channels to the Catch a Predator community. From Squirrel Knight, Turok 2 Multi was the bomb, man. Yeah, it was really good shit, wasn't it? Highly underrated, but very fucking fun. From Jeb Bush, ripmurdochmurdoch.net. Also watch Blue Gender, basically Aliens the anime. Ryan, was the dentist Jewish? I believe he might have been, but I legit cannot remember his name. I should have an archive. Did I put the archive up on BitChute? I don't know. If I didn't, I will put it up. But he was a real piece of shit, though. From Banana Tardis, oi, Boomer Jim, check out Fist of the North Star. It's one of JoJo's influences, and it's pretty fucking good. I've seen it. But thank you for the recommendation. Farmaster Flex, my generator runs on. It's a little star. From Reno Miles, holy shit, Boogie died. Tell Daddy how big you are. From Yes Man 204040, outro needs to be plastic love. Well, you don't have a choice. From Blood Mark Mentor, take my money, Mr. Metokur. You need to groom the Zoom into a weapon to surpass Metal Gear. From Reno Miles, good show, Daddy Jimbo, or Jim, a woo. Well, a woo back at you. From Schmaltzy, thanks for helping with the insomnia tonight, Jim. I'm glad I could help. From Zach Funk, the rewards of tolerance are treachery and betrayal. Why does that sound like some shit that Spoonie1 would be tweeting out after having a little bit of a drink once his live wire ended? Spoonie, God, is he still around? Do we know? Do we have confirmation Spoonie hasn't done anything drastic? After he won that award, I was hoping it would cheer him up a little bit. But oh, poor bastard. From Zach. Oh no, I haven't read that one. Koala Dante, Jim, watch season 1 of Terraformers. Skip season 2 and read the manga. Genetically modified Japanese people fight black roachmen on Mars using bug powers. I've actually seen this. Most of them die brutally. Strongest guy is a blonde, blue-eyed product of eugenics. It was a very... They turned the Japanese people into, like, different fucking insects, like mantis and other shit, and then they get their ass kicked, essentially. Reno Miles, Ethan Ralph wants on, check Jade's candy stash. I'll get right on that. From Ryman, requesting a weather update. Things are looking copa cold out there, as all the children's content creators on YouTube run for the hills to avoid $42,000 fines that are coming their way. And it looks like the algorithm is going to change once again as we all get ass fucked. There's your weather forecast for the immediate future. From El Spaghetto, who is Turin? I will actually fuck him in the ass. I think we were referring to Turok, which was a N64 game. From Defter Tuna, they're faced with no big tittied elf girlfriend. I know, rip, it's not fair. From PK77, if you include the Soviet invasion and the ensuing civil war, then Afghanistan has been in a continuous state of war for 40 years straight. Very true. Rave Raptor, can you make me a sandwich? No, I'm unable to, I'm sorry. Super Kitty Pogo Dance, I'm in Japan and can tell you it's a fact that those trucks kill a lot of people. The drivers are usually elderly, so they rarely get in trouble. So are you telling me that Truck-kun, are the best character ever written in a manga, is actually based on real life old people not knowing how to drive? Is it like an epidemic of miniature trucks killing people because old people don't know what the fuck they're doing? From Shinshan 256B, it was Stuxnet. It was a small part of Operation Olympus Zeus, which was which we as Americans still don't have much info about, and it was almost a decade ago. I think I'm trying to remember when I first read about it. It's probably around the time that Applebaum was doing is it Applebaum is the guy I'm thinking of? Was doing presentations talking about like all the backdoor stuff that the government was doing, all the NSA stuff where they were putting in actual backdoors into hardware and software and just all the weird shit that was going on with the NSA and the FBI and the CIA and stuff like that. Squirrel Knight, no, do Berserk and Vinland Saga. Manga's not anime. From Synac 8, you should watch the wholesome show called Oni Chi-Chi, which I'm sure, because you've said it like that, probably means it's not wholesome at all. The Werewolf from Trader Vic's, listen to Two Trucks by Lemon Demon. Do it on your own time. Don't turn it into a theme song for the stream, but it's about two trucks having sex. Well, fantastic. From A Anonymous, shout out to Nick Fuentes and his Catboy lover. It's real. Please make a video. From Oniburn, send a salami to your goy in the army. From Corey Jeffrey, in between animes, check out Dame Peso's new TYT documentary. It's a masterpiece. I've actually watched it. I watched it. The entire hour plus of it. It was very well done. You know, I forgot about a few things. Like, I forgot about the scene where Alex Jones took over the stage, and it wasn't Ben Mankiewicz, it was the other guy that spit on Jones. I completely forgot he did that. I forgot that he spit on him. I also never heard the story before about the TYT offshoot company where the guy that was running it was accused of like rape and stuff like that. That never saw the light of day anywhere that I had been browsing. So that one's kind of a surprise. And then Senk gets on a video to explain, no, we let that guy go just because he wasn't managing the company right. You know, that's give him a second chance. And then he shows the interview with the chick that was the alleged victim, talking about basically being manhandled and raped at a forced orgy by people that worked at TYT or one of the related companies. Just crazy shit. And that is in the documentary. From Scarecrow's 709, hey Jim, check out fake old buddy cop anime. Beautiful land based. Jim, look up Nick Fuentes' Catboy date on YouTube. Okay, I will check it out, I guess. From the Bob Larry, tell Brian I love his gay faggot ass. Well, Brian, there you are. Bob Larry has a message for you. From Proto Man, we should settle this Kangen Ashura style, where both sides sponsor a fighter to settle disputes. Who would you nominate, and why is it Tonka Saw? Because he has an added weapon, right? The wheelchair is not just mobility, but it's a deadly attack weapon. Check out IRT Deadliest Roads, India, funniest stuff. I'm watching videos. Wait, I think I was supposed to stop. Love you, Metokur. Been following you since PAX. Miss those internet days. Thank you for giving me a continuing cool. Yeah, it's It has been a decade since Spax. I don't know what he's been up to. The last time I really heard about him, he was chucking his phone at his mother and getting angry about, I think, MLP. From Lurik L, YouTube, Ted Gunderson, former FBI on McMartin and Finders. From Radio Ruin, damn Iranians framed Kiro, and now they're after Jim. From Svaren Phoenix, what would be your favorite quote to live by? I have no idea. I'm not a professional quote maker. That would be my favorite quote. I'm pretty sure that was part of the whole spiel from the dude that did the euphoric Reddit quote. But he said something weird like, I'm not a professional quote maker. Like that's a job you can get. Like Hallmark hires you for that. Like, oh, what's your career? Oh, I'm a professional quote maker. El Spaghetto, I don't mean to be too real, but Uzbekistan FINA have the real bot power. Cheap whiskey. The key to Kirby games, Jim, is that they all suck. From Doomer, whoa, I can catch Jim in my 15-minute food industry job that I want to kill myself at. Luckily, it's Friday, guys. Keep it up, Jim. From Scarecrows 709, look up Von Helton Cold War Ninja. I don't know, is that like the name of a metal band or an anime? Von Helton Cold War Ninja just sounds fucking great. Squirrel Knight, what generation can I blame for all my problems when I was born in 81? Nobody really. You'd be right on the cusp of Gen X. You'd be a latchkey kid. And you can only blame yourself. Everybody else gets to blame another generation, but you Gen Xers, it's just yourselves. You're like the cool uncle that gets drunk at Thanksgiving, but that's all anybody knows you for. That's Gen X in a nutshell. All right, I think I'm almost completely caught up, chat. Thanks for sticking around. I tried to get everybody's. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody's super chat. I'm usually pretty good about it. From Retrend, Zoomers are unprepared for Iran since they grew up playing Fortnite and not Battlefield. From Butthole Weeb, hey Jim, I'm going to Japan in September. I'm an anime expert. With these $5, please add Gosik to your PLW on Mal. It's my favorite anime. Well, I will check it out. From Ocean Redux, listen, this might seem fucking neurotic, but watch Hazuki no Retsutsu. I'm going to have to learn how to pronounce this shit, aren't I? That's going to be something. It's some shit you've never seen before. And Shut Hell is another one. If anyone in here knows what Tepu is, I'll be shocked. Ocean Redux, by the way, David is fucking crazy. Lol, I like his ass, but that guy G. Yo, Jem, quick question for the boys. Do you read doujins or just watch regular porn like a functional human being? I use my imagination. See, us old people had to use our imaginations, or you draw like stick figures. Have you seen my weather reports? There you go. That's the level it's at. From Stratos Radio Blues, Reserve Sailor here. If I'm chosen to mobilize, I will need to hear your voice to keep calm in the foxhole. I'll send a woos for each confirmed kill. I will admit there is something amusing about the thought of a war-torn battlefield in the Middle East with Americans and Iranians fighting each other, and Americans wooing at the Iranians every time they get a kill, and the Iranians having no clue what the fuck that is. From GeoStellar, Jim, is Jade a Miko superfan? Rip Naruto sandals. No, not a Miko superfan. From Moriel Logus, will the Black Hebrew Israelites be the alt-right Mossad against the greater Israel agenda in World War III? I think they're going to still be just chilling out on street corners, talking shit to tourists like they've been doing for the last decade. From Mr. Cuddlesworth, here's hoping Final Fantasy Remake flops for censorship. I haven't been keeping up with Final Fantasy VII Remake. I thought everybody was happy with the direction it was going. So are they actually censoring shit now? Because I guess I'm out of the loop on that. From Defter Tuna, Nuke-kun will replace Truck-kun soon enough. From Jason of the Great Awakening, manga Golgo 13 was where Hollywood ripped the Hitman theme for The Professional from. Natalie Portman's first role as a kid, the sexual tension with a kid was added by Holly Weirdos. Are you telling me Hollywood took a respectable plot and shit it up with unneeded sexuality? I would never imagine that. From Yes Man 204040, watch Higurushi. It's very. Is that the one with like the young kids that like keep killing each other in brutally violent fucking ways? Am I thinking of the right one where they're jamming like fucking knives into each other? From Schmaltzy, play the God Hates Australia video. It's 30 seconds long. Maybe on the next stream. My voice is starting to die on me here, and I want to take a nice little throat lozenge and watch some Konosuba. Mia Rio, thanks for getting me through another night in the laboratory, Jimbo. Makes cutting up all these tumors and bone less lonely. Oh, you are welcome. Promotion Redux, Lucifer and Biscuit Hammer is the best manga ever. Don't you even fucking at me. Thank you, Zara. From Heinrich Berndowski. Memes aside, Racket said the FTC can't find YouTube as is, or YouTubers as is, and it's bureaucrats talking out of their ass without the law they enforce well enough. Yeah, here's my concern with that. I mean, that could very well be true, but if they were to try to do it, what average person's going to be able to fight that? I mean, that's a lot of money, and it would probably be terrifying to have the FTC, send you a letter saying, "Hey, 20 of your videos we feel violated this, so you owe us $800,000." Matthew Smith, make more weather reports videos for YouTube, Jim. Actually, I'm going to be doing anime manga stuff. Street Lamp, lost everything I cared about last year and feel like shit, but your streams always put a smile on my face. Thank you, Jim. Glad to help. From Camden, Coda, for India 2030, search for India 2030 Incredible India by Real Star Channel. White servants galore. From Redacted, Spider Iseki manga was pretty good. Shamed it stopped just as she reached the surface. Yeah, but see, I like that it's like drawn out. That's what I really enjoyed about it. You get 40 chapters of like, kind of dungeon living, surviving, kind of getting used to it. I like that they didn't rush through it. That's what makes me feel like, hopefully at least, it'll be a long-lasting one. Something like, I don't know. For some reason, it seems like the Korean stuff is really long. Like, I think Hive was Korean or Chinese. That was really long. Release That Witch, The Beginning After the End. The skeleton that couldn't defend the dungeon, like all of those, all seem to be like hundreds of chapters. Rito Miles, Jesus, how are you still reading these? Do you just wake up and say, I'm going to read 1 billion retarded comments tonight? Bless you, dude. From Flamenco, watch Last Man, French cartoon, inspired by 90s anime. Yeah, well, I tried to read them all, Reno. But I've been trying to front load the stream, so if you tune in and you want to watch, it's like that first hour to 2 hours is just a stream, and then I put all the super chats together. That's why it seems so long. From Egg reading a newspaper. Are you listening, or are you going to listen to Jarbo the Hutt's album when it comes out? Probably. From Squirrel Knight, just say goodnight, Jim. From Ocean Redux, Hozo Ki no Ri Tetsu, you fucking weeb lol. It's my favorite fucking shit. Listen, you fags. Hazuki no Retsetsu is amazing. Watch it. We've got amazing 1985 spelling woo out. Ocean Redux. You Niger, it's Higurushi no Naku Kori ni no lol love you fucks in chat never change. Amazing again. UZ, I'm not sure what you were going for there, but you got broken up by a couple people. And from Tubester, Australia is on fire, but I can still laugh at Spoonie. His immediate family supports Trump, and between his 3 siblings, he is the biggest failure. And I think we are finally at the end. At least my voice is. From Pogmo Thoyan. Stop smoking, Jim. Us Irishmen always die young. Squirrel Knight. Stop, guys. He's already dead. Reno Mills. Bet you won't read this. Sorry, Flam. All right, let's load up Someday by Tetsuru Yamashita. And check out how good it is. That was the one that one of the people recommended as the ending song. So we will definitely check it out. And people are still sending shit. All right. I will read them. Just let me get this set up first. Oh, this is kind of a longer one, isn't it? All right. Okay, I've got it. I think this is the right one. Hopefully it is. All right, so that one is that the right name? I'm fairly certain I've got the right one. All right. I will read these last few ones and then I'm going to jump. Amazing 1985 K.A. El Spaghetto. I don't give a fuck if it's dark out or not. I'm harder than me trying to park a Dodge when I'm drunk as fuck. right next to a humongous truck and a 2-car garage. I actually love you, Jim. And from Harris, do you have an opinion on Berserk? Yeah, I thought it was good. The only thing that bothered me was, and it's just because it just annoys me a little bit, was the chapter that got released and then redacted. Because he was like, well, I don't want to introduce that concept into the story. Right? That got to me a little bit. But it's good. It's good. I have no problem with it. The only one you're ever going to see me really hate is Neon Genesis Evangelion, and that's because I legitimately just dislike Shinji. I can't stand him. Amazing 1985 N, Rita Miles I, and Alex Miller. You're all that remains of the golden age of the internet. I think I followed you since 2006. Have you seen Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss? Don't give up, man. You are the best. Bing Bing, woohoo. Not sure if I've seen those, but if I get a chance, I will try to check them out and jog my memory. Let us end it off there. Here's a song that was requested by a super chatter, Someday by Tatsuru Yamashita. Have a good night, chat. And hopefully we don't die in a nuclear fire tomorrow. Hopefully all survive it. Remember, the people that are going to save us are the newest superpowers on Earth, India. So be sure to say thank you, India, for saving our lives from the atomic fire that surely would kill us if you weren't here. So, thank you, India, for being the world's best super pooper power.